Hey guys, what's up? So I know that I do a lot of horoscope and astrology stuff and all that, but I know a lot more and am about lots more of trauma related things to help people with self-care. And I'm going to do some CBT work, which is cognitive behavioral tools, so it can help people be less hypervigilant and get triggered easily when they have certain things that trigger them, like smell, yeah. Something that they'll hear, a song, I was just at smell again. But anyways, I want to help people feel more empowered and safer with knowing that they have these tools to be able to, calm them down when they have that resilience and that stress response, trauma response. So, the first one is feeling safe, within your car, your home, your workplace, with your friends, in relationships, everything like that. It's really yourself more than anybody else, right? Like, you're your own master of yourself. So when you think about that, it's like we've had outdated programming that we've made as children that we believed made us safe. And when we were children, yeah, they could have helped, you know what I mean? But now we're older and it's like they don't work anymore. So I'm going to do a couple of things. The first one is I'm going to do a couple of things and hopefully it helps in some way for some people. Okay? There's a lot of secondary effects to trauma, like depression, abandonment issues, rejection, neglecting, anxiety, stress. So those are things that you want to be aware of that actually help with triggering you rather than helping with self-care. So you want to make sure that people feel safe the most in environments that they spend the most time in. Like I said, like cars, in your environment, your home, your career, relationships, intimate relationships, friends, family, anything like that. So things that you can try with creating safety for physical activity for yourself, not just others. Your inner critic, to find effective and cognitive skills to be able to quiet that mind from not only yourself but others, because others can obviously affect how you talk to yourself, but also environmental safety. Feeling more safe can really help people not be so hypervigilant, so on, what's the word I'm trying to think? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Hold on. With hypervigilance, it can overdo you. The overthinking, it can just make you fatigue and take away all your energy. They will help you release more of a trauma response from your HPA, your heart response, and other vigilant things that are around you in your environment that make you have trauma responses. I was thinking of it was on guard, like you're always on guard, not even with people, but like in general, always on guard. You're always in defense, like survival mode, which is not a fun mode to be in. So the first thing, if you can really like help people feel safer in their houses, it's gonna reduce the intensity of the trauma responses and maybe even the stress frequency of the system activated within your body. It really feels empowering when you can recalibrate and really have these tools to be able to go out into the world and be like, I know what to do if I start feeling triggered. And that empowerment, like I said, like you feel like you can take on the world, because all the things that used to make you have social anxiety or the depression and the hypervigilance, like these tools now, so you can go out into the world and be like, I'm safe no matter what. You know what I mean? You have to feel safe within yourself, obviously, but home is really the first step to feeling the most safe. So physical safety and safety from others is pretty self-explanatory when it comes to others. You don't want to get hurt, you don't want to get assaulted, and all of that. When it comes to self, it's about your inner critic. It's about what you say to yourself. It's about not hurting yourself instead of other people. It's like physical safety of yourself. When you have physical safety, you know that you can reduce the stress levels or any kind of triggers to any intense emotions that come up for you. Also, with physical safety, it's also helping you with those mental behavioral skills and cognitive tools. Also, obviously, addictions. So helping to deal with your inner critic is really important, because if you can catch yourself talk to yourself, it's really important, because it can intensify your trauma and make it worse. Also, you put yourself down, and you're not having that safety within yourself. Obviously, when it comes to other people, it's people putting you down instead, and then your inner critic can come in and be like, they're right, I'm a loser, I'm stupid, I'm not worthy. Just because of what somebody else said, your inner critic can come out, and it can affect you in all different ways. The thing with it coming from others instead of just your inner critic is, hold on, I forgot my train of thought. Hold on. Oh, boundaries. Setting up boundaries, not letting people invalidate you when it comes to your feelings and thoughts. And you have to say, even not even thank you for your input, because, you don't want to have them step over your boundaries with their input. But you have to say, these are my feelings. You can't invalidate them. You can't take them away from me. Like, no matter what you say, I'm still going to feel this way. They could try to debate. They could try to make it sound like they're right. They can try to, do anything. So don't let them take away your feelings on how you feel about a certain situation. Especially if it has something to do with them, and you're like, oh, you're hurt, this hurts, you hurt my feelings, and they're like, you're a baby, you're too sensitive. Don't let them take that away from you. That's your feelings are a part of you. Embrace it. You know what I mean? So environmental, whatever, safety it's a difference between that and physical, because when you're doing physical safety skills, that's when you're trying to help yourself, where you're going to come and hurt yourself, be destructive with yourself, to addiction, where you're hurting yourself rather than the environment around you is triggering you to have that trauma response, to even hurting yourself. So environmental can affect secondary emotions to the physical and your inner critic as well. Environmental safety is also about feeling like, somebody's going to take away your belongings. Somebody's going to try to take away your house and make you homeless and kick you out of your house. It can be stuff like that. It doesn't have to be necessarily people saying things to you and hurting you. That's more also of the physical and the inner critic, like I said. But environmental is more like being scared of being homeless, like shelter, clothes, and not being able to provide for yourself, for the survival mode, pretty much. So using all of these aspects of safety, skills, tools, and knowing this, it empowers you, and it makes you have that sense of safety within yourself, knowing that you can trust yourself as well. And you don't necessarily have to always trust people, but you can trust better with your people, with yourself. Because if you can trust yourself, you can trust yourself with people. So you can trust people in order to trust yourself, because you'll have your own discernment and right judgment on people. So you don't have to automatically be defensive towards people. You can give them a chance and then use your discernment and your judgment on whether or not you think this person is being honest, or if they're being truthful, or they should be in your life. You know what I mean? There's a cookie method that they use, but I'm not going to use it because I'm trying to make this quick. And I'm pretty much done. But yeah, hold on. it increases your feeling of empowerment, and it decreases the feeling of fear. Also create something called a rescue pack, okay? I'm going to explain that now. So with this safety kind of thing, it's going to make you feel more grounded. It's going to make you feel more nurturing of yourself as well, because when you bring this stuff up, you're going to feel that empowerment again, that you're helping yourself. Like, you have the tools to help you. You don't have to rely on other people and be codependent. It's nice to have different ways of doing this, because you never know when you're going to be going into a situation where you could feel unsafe. So there's a couple things you can do that you can pick out of that you can use in different situations, or you can, if it works for you, and you can use it in every situation. It doesn't really matter. So the first one is a thought list, where you can have distress tolerant, like, mantras, like, I can get through this, and this too shall pass. I have friends that will help me. I have people that care about me and my well-being. I am safe. I am worthy. I am good enough. Like, whenever you're in a situation, I am protected. I am good. I am not defective. I am not damaged. So it can be very, very helpful that when you feel distressed in this moment, that you use as many mantras as you can, or the same one if it works, and it's the one that's the most relevant to the situation for you. Another thing that can really help you stay grounded and take your attention off of your distress levels or safety issues is using activities like blowing a piece of bubble gum into a blowing bubble gum. You know what I mean? That can be one thing. What else? Breathing is a huge one. It will trigger the diaphragmatic nerve, and help with never mind. Breathing is a really good thing. If you're using your belly, it can help you with the vagus nerve. That's what I was trying to say. Something that you can do with breathing is a technique that you pretty much would count to 4, and you'd breathe in, and then you'd hold in for 4, and then you'd breathe out for 4. So you would count in your head. And you use your belly, and you do it as much as possible until you can make yourself calm down. The thing is that obviously if you're in a really really dangerous situation, you might not have time, or you might not think to sit there and breathe. But there's other things that you can do for responding to, with trauma. But I'm just doing simple, easy things. And maybe these are something that you can use in something that you feel really unsafe in. But the bubble gum, you can blow balloons. What I used to do was I used to have a peacock feather, and I would put it on my finger, and I would make it so it wouldn't fall, and level it and balance it on my finger. You can do that with a basketball. Let's see. The blowing balloons and blowing bubble gum has the same effects as I can't think. Obviously, it just helps with the triggering of the deep relaxation state. Obviously, making phone calls to your friends that have your back, that love you, that can support you, listen to what you have to say, and actually listen to where they can actually give effective advice if that's what you want, because some people just want to be heard. They just want to talk, so they don't want advice. You know what I mean? So that could be a situation, but you have friends that that will do that for you. Obviously, if you don't really have anybody, call a crisis or hotline. If it comes down to it, one of those suicide hotlines. You can get a therapist over the phone and text them and do a program like that. So there's other ways that you can do it. rather than needing a friend. Also, being mindful, practicing mindfulness meditation. You can narrate what you're doing. So if you're walking down the street in New York, you know what I mean? You could, and you're going past people, or you hear taxis or anything like that, you could just say, like, I am walking down the street. I see a bird. I hear the taxis. I see this person walking by me right now. They have a black suit on. I'm passing Wall Street. Like, you narrate everything that you're doing so you don't disassociate from your surroundings as well. And it helps you to have the ability to more know what's going on in your environment. Other things that you can do is sensation stuff. Having something that you can smell, maybe Vicks Rub or essential oils, or something that's a nice dopamine effect, that has a nice dopamine effect to you. Because if you smell something and it triggers something of a trauma, and it's a trauma response to something, you can have that with you, take it out of your purse or take it out of your back pocket, whatever, and smell it. So before the trauma comes and before that trigger comes, you can already have something that you can cover it with. Not like a Band-Aid, because you're not like, doing that. Like, it's just making you feel safe. You know what I mean? You can do the same with sounds. You can have music. You can have your phone ready for a YouTube thing, so it goes over the sounds. You can chew on wax tarts. You can, I know that's weird, but like the texture and the blowing up of the flavor inside, and then if you keep chewing it, it has that kind of also bubblegum effect, but the sensation of the texture is what really gets you. Also, something with doing essential oils, it's something that is known to relax people. If you're, doing the whole like diffuser and all that, you're not gonna have candle wax like away unless you're at home. I mean, you can do that too, but it takes a while. So if you're carrying around a little bottle of essential oils that's known to give relaxation, then that also helps in that way as well. Yawning, making yourself yawn actually helps you with breathing, getting your breath back as well. It actually helps with anxiety. It's an anxiety technique. When I said vapor rub, you can also take lotion or something like that, put it underneath your nose so you already have that smell there. It can prevent any smells that come in. What I mean by smells is that you would have somebody that walks by with a certain cologne that triggers you, that reminds you of somebody, and if you can take out your rescue pack and just smell something, so it makes you, puts your attention onto something else, and you can go about what you were doing, or what's the word I'm trying to look for? You can go to something else. like distract your energy. Like, I can't think of what I was trying to say. I don't know. Detach from that smell, pretty much. So having something to hold in your hand as an anchor item, be able to feel it, be able to have that sensation, like a rosary or one of those rocks that have like believe or hope or something. It's cool for kids, because if you have a child that has anxiety or panic attacks or something, and you have those little like clipped stuffed animals, and it's on like their backpack, like literally when they have this kind of trauma response during school, they can literally just like kind of take it off of their backpack, or literally just move their backpack over to them and they can start feeling it. So jolting you out of a memory also with something like taking a cold shower, or splashing cold water on your face or your wrists or the back of your neck. I know if people have like makeup on, you can carry around like a small ice pack or one of those instant ice packs, but it can help you get out of a distress spiral. Obviously, music is a huge one. If you have headphones and you can just kind of put a meditation on, or any kind of music that makes you feel really empowered and safe inside, or if a song comes on that you want to listen to that triggers a different emotion, a different dopamine, endorphin, serotonin kind of response, whatever, I was just going to use that word. I don't know why I'm having problems with words right now. Or you can use one of those headphones that clear out all forms of sound. That's all I'm really going to say for this one, because there's so many other ones that I want to make videos on, but I'm just going to leave it at that on this one. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day and this helps in some kind of way. All right. Love you all.